Hello students, myself Sonika Yadav from HCI SDS Senior Secondary Public School. It is my lecture number 8 of the 10th biology class of the chapter Control and Coordination. So today I want to discuss with you that is the topic nervous system. Some part of the nervous system I discussed with you in the earlier video. So some left part I want to discuss with you in this video. And the second topic, that is the passage of impulse. So first of all, the nervous system we all know consists of the nerve fibers or the nerve cell, the nervous organs. So nervous organ or the nerve fiber cells, neuron, the basic unit of the nervous system that consists of three parts: axon, dendrites, and the cell body. So first of all, I want to discuss the difference between the dendrite and the axon. So first of all, dendrite, they are the short tapering process, or we can say short fibers. Axon, they are the long fibers. Dendrites, they are present at the end, and a number of dendrites develop all around the cell body. Axon, we all know axon is single. It develops from the cell body. And at the end of the axon, a bulb-like structure is present that is known as synaptic nerve or the terminal arborization. Neurolema. Neurolema is the nerve plasma membrane. But at the dendrite, neurolema is absent. Neurolema is present at the axon. Dendrite, it contains nasal granules and the neurofibrils. But in the axon, nasal granules are absent and neurofibrils are present. Dendrite, they give message or the impulse to the cell body. Axon, it carry impulse from the cell body. That means it give message to the cell body and it take message from the cell body. Now, nerve cells are of three types on the base of their functioning, from where the message transfer or from which they take message. So first of all, sensory nerve, or we can call it afferent nerve. So sensory nerve is that nerve which pick up the stimulus from the receptors, like the from skin, from nose, or we can say from the eyes through their receptors. Skin, like the thigmoreceptors, photoreceptors in the eye, and phonoreceptors in the ear. From that side they receive the stimulus, and that stimulus sent to the central nervous system. Central nervous system consists of brain and the spinal cord. So sensory nerve, it take stimulus from site of receptor and send that stimulus to the CNS. Next one is the motor nerve. Motor nerve, it send response from the CNS to the effector sites, like the muscles of the hand or the body organ or the tissue. So sensory nerve, it send message in the form of stimulus from receptor to the CNS, and motor nerve, it send response from the CNS to the effector site. Mixed nerve, नाम से पता लग रहा है ये दोनों की तरह काम करेगी, सेंसरी और मोटर की तरह. और इट ऑल्सो नोन एज कनेक्टर मसल. इट कनेक्ट सेंसरी नर्व विद द मोटर नर्व. नाउ डिफरेंस बिटवीन द सेंसरी नर्व एंड द मोटर नर्व. सो सेंसरी नर्व, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अभी हमने पढ़ा, ये कंडक्ट करती है इम्पल्स टुवर्ड द सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम, ब्रेन और स्पाइनल कॉर्ड की तरफ. मोटर नर्व, ये इम्पल्स दूर लेकर जा रही है, किससे? सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम से। कहां तक लेकर आई? इफेक्टर साइट पर, लाइक द मसल्स तक। एंड सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो सेंसरी नर्व है, दे आर कनेक्टेड विद द सेंस ऑर्गन एंड टेक इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम द सेंस ऑर्गन्स। मोटर नर्व इफेक्टर ऑर्गन्स लाइक द मसल्स से जुड़ी हुई है और उनको इंफॉर्मेशंस देती है मोटर नर्व। सो सेंसरी नर्व पिक द इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम द डेंड्राइट टर्मिनल because dendrites they attach with the sense organs. Motor nerve they hand over their information by the another terminal of the nerve cell, that is the axon terminal. Okay, so it hand over information by the axon terminal to the effector muscles. Okay, now next one is the passage of impulse, or we can say what is the direction of message travel. So first of all आपने अभी ये डायग्राम देखा। so सबसे पहले बेटा मैसेज रिसीव हुआ by the dendrite. so this is the dendrite. now message travel into the cell body, now through the axon, and finally message at its end, that is the axon terminal. so what is the direction of message travel? first one dendrite. अब dendrite message किससे receive कर रहा है? from the sense organ. sense organ से message receive किया, then it travel through the dendrite, this up to this dendrite, then cell body, then axon fiber, and finally at the axon end. अब यहां पर next dendrite होगा, next dendrite of the next neuron. so this is the direction of message travel. so what is impulse? impulse is self propagating. self means खुद से चलने वाला एक इलेक्ट्रिक करंट है that travel from one end to the another end of the nerve for the message travel. so pathway क्या रहा? stimulus. stimulus किसको दिया? sense organ को. then sense organ किसके साथ जुड़ा है? dendrite के साथ. then message passes to the cell body, after that to the axon, and finally at axon terminal. this axon terminal gave message at its end, or the passage of the stimulus, or we can say the next dendrite. so in this diagram you can see this is the bulbous part of the axon, that is known as synaptic knob. synaptic knob, it is a bulb like structure that receive message from the axon. now it's turn to send message to the next dendrite. so first I want to discuss a microscopic gap. you can see here this is a microscopic gap between the two neurons. this is the first neuron or the nerve cell, and it is the second neuron. so first neuron send message to the next neuron, and this is the axon end of the first neuron, and it is the dendrite of the second neuron. so in the both neuron a microscopic gap is present, and that is known as synapse. here a neurotransmitter, a chemical substance released from the axon end, and these neurotransmitter molecules, they are received by chemoreceptors of the dendrite cell. so these neurotransmitters help in the transmission of nerve impulse from the first neuron to the next neuron. So neurotransmitter क्या है बेटा? केमिकल सब्सटेंस. सिक्रीट किसने किए? एक्सोन एंड ने. एंड पास किसको कर रहे हैं मैसेज? टू दी नेक्स्ट न्यूरॉन. सो न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर क्या है? एसिटाइल कोलिन. ये बेटा नेचुरल न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर है. Some more transmitters like the glutamic acid or noradrenaline. So these help in the transfer of message from one nerve to the next one. Now you can see the word synaptic cleft. Synaptic cleft, that is the fluid filled space between the two nerve fibers that consist of three things: presynaptic membrane, postsynaptic membrane, and this the synaptic cleft. So synaptic cleft between the presynaptic membrane and this is the postsynaptic membrane, and here it is rich in the neurotransmitter. So neurotransmitter, it release from the axon end or the axon terminal because it take message from the axon and that secrete in the form of chemical, and that neurotransmitter received by these chemoreceptor site receptors, and they receive and then message enter into the dendrite of the next neuron. Here this neurotransmitter that enter into the dendrite, now that neurotransmitter decompose or break down, and finally the acetylcholine break into two parts, acetyl and the choline. Now both diffuse back into the synapse and then back to the axon end. So one very important question: what is the synapse? The microscopic gap between the two neurons, and it help in the transfer of message from one neuron to the next neuron. So what is the actual passage of impulse? So first, that is the stimulus received by dendrite, then it's sent to the cell body. Now it enter into the axon, then axon end, then synapse, then next dendrite. So this is the direction of message travel from site of stimulus to the next dendrite. Here you can see the neuromuscular junction. Neuromuscular junction is a place where motor end plates of the nerve with their surfaces. So we can say motor end plates, वो plates हैं जो मैसेज का क्या करा रहे हैं? ट्रांसफर करा रहे हैं from one nerve cell to the next nerve cell. And we all know the nerves, they send message from one to the another, and with it they take some energy. So energy that is utilized with the help of the mitochondria, because we all know in the nerve cell all the cell organelles present rest than centriole. So cell organelles present like means mitochondria present, which produce energy and help in the transfer of message. So message transfer in the form of the neurotransmitter, that is acetylcholine. This acetylcholine received by the next dendrite. Here you can see the synaptic vesicles. Synaptic vesicles are the pouch-like structures which filled with the neurotransmitter. These synaptic vesicles, they fuse with the membrane of the axon end and they start releasing their neurotransmitter in the microscopic gap by the process exocytosis, and this neurotransmitter received by the receptors and then signal transfer from one nerve cell to the next nerve cell. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.